My name is Laura Wortman, and I decided to do hypnosis to help myself with my eating habits and some other habits that I had that I did not think were healthy, as well as improving like other little areas in my life. Focus and happiness and mental positivity was a big one.
So what did you gain from your sessions?
I learned the most about, again, mental positivity and eliminating that like self destruction that I wasn't even aware that I really had. It came to light through these sessions that, hey, it was me and having these bad thoughts. And I also learned a lot about how the brain works, about, how we think in images and not about language, and all these techniques that Kelly taught me about, the submodality shift and the circle of excellence. They seem so simple at first, but just continuing to do them, it's so crazy how you can like reprogram your brain to be healthy and do what it is that you want to accomplish.
So how are your eating habits now versus before?
I'm now at a stage that I never ever thought I could achieve, and I think that was part of the problem. Where I really enjoy eating my healthy food. I didn't just cut away my bad food cravings like junk food and dairy and stuff I wasn't supposed to have, but now I'm finding myself craving the things I'm supposed to have, and not like a fake craving, like I actually want it. Like my mouth is like salivating at thinking about my salad and my avocados, and it's a crazy shift that I was able to do that with my brain. And then also I was telling Kelly that even if I want to revert to my old behaviors, like my brain is no longer interested. Like I bought junk food a week ago and I just stared at it and I was like, I just bought this out of habit, but I don't want it anymore. Like I can't go back to what I used to be.
What about your competitions? What in jujitsu? What were those like before, and how
Oh
are they?
yeah, so I used to struggle really badly from competition anxiety because I'm a grappler. I do jujitsu and I compete a lot. And even though I've done over 10 competitions in my jujitsu career, every single time it seemed to get worse and worse. I couldn't compete without like freaking out and sometimes even crying right before my competition. And it really brought me down, like not having the correct headspace and all that self doubt about my skill and what I was doing. Kelly helped me get rid of that, and I had a competition during these 10 weeks of session, and for the first time like in the last 5 years of me grappling, I had the most fun I've ever had, and it just felt so right to be there. I didn't have any self-doubt, even though I didn't even end up winning my super fight. Like it's the happiest I've ever been. I have photos of me like grappling with my opponent, like smiling throughout my competition, which is just so great. Like it gives me goosebumps thinking back to it. Yeah.
Cool. And so now you're studying for the LSAT, and how's that going? And how's hypnosis helping you with that?
It's going a lot better. I was suffering a little bit from lack of focus. It was a lot of, again, the mental negativity, the intrusive thoughts, the self doubt. But hypnosis really helped me with confidence creation and self criticizing elimination, where I was able to like check myself, like, hey, why are you being so harsh with yourself? Things that I wasn't even able to see before, that I was the one bringing myself down. And I've already seen an improvement in how I'm absorbing the material. Like I'm studying the same amount of time, but I'm getting so much more out of it now than I was before.
So, would you recommend hypnosis?
Absolutely. Actually, I've already started. Like everyone that I talk to, that they're like, you look great, you're glowing, what's going on? I'm like, diet and hypnosis. And I tell everybody, like, you guys have to try this, because a lot of people are very skeptical. I think they have like a very stereotypical, like one of my friends even said, like, oh, did they wave like a thing in front of you? And I was like, no, it's not at all what it is. Like it's so different, but 100% recommend.
So was it worth it? And was it worth the investment and time?
Oh, absolutely. My fiance and I joke that like it was a really cheap investment. Now we look back, it was like, oh my God, I can't believe that was it. And that it cured so much in my life.